Welcome back, everyone. I'm really glad to have you here again, and I wanted to share with you some really fun finds that I've just recently had. Let's see if I can get this correct, but just a little bit better angle. There we go. So, I was out and about. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I like to go out to Goodwill, and I try to do kind of a thrifty bond type style where I can um, get things cheaper, and but try to find the look, the style, and kind of replicate the style and look of Bond. And from time to time, I find articles of clothing, and at other times, I'm looking for other things. I've given some things away in the past that I truly regret, and so I've been on the lookout for some of my Bond memorabilia again. But I did find quite a number of things yesterday. My son and we went out. We were looking at some things. He was searching for some things, and I found some that I was looking for. But so here's what we've got. So first item that I found for 99 cents, Goldfinger. Found the book, Goldfinger, and it's in the print that I really like. These are the books that I prefer to find them in. So I have a number of them now, like this. So a James Bond thriller, a Signet book, complete and unabridged. So I was really excited about this. 99 cents. Can you believe it? Now, um, when you look at, you can definitely tell. When you look at the color of the paper, it's very yellow. It's aged. Let's see, when is this? This was first printed 1960. This is a seventh printing, 1963. 1963. So that is 60 years. 60 years ago, this one was printed, this book. So yeah, 60 years of wear and tear on that paper. And look how tiny the print is. Look at that, look how tiny. I don't know. That's one thing about this camera. It doesn't get too. You can't get it too clear. It's interesting. I would think that I could get things to clear up a little bit. Well, I'll have to toy with the camera at some point and see if there's something I can do about that. But so that's number one. That was item number one. I found this. It wasn't the first item that I actually found. There was one particular item. I had found it, and I was thinking, you know what? That might be too expensive. Let me see if I can find maybe it's cheaper online or something. So then I look online. I was like, nope. I had found a really good deal and hadn't realized it. So I went back, and I went back for the one thing. That's when I started finding all these others. Looking at a bunch of different Goodwills and discount bookstores and that. So okay, let's check out the next item. So while I was, you know what? Yeah, let's do it in a little bit of order. So the next book was the book that I was going to find because I had found it for a good deal and hadn't realized it. Went back. Sure enough, it was there. I was so excited. I'm just like, thank goodness they left my book. So here it is. Bond on Bond. Bond on Bond. And this was by Roger Moore. And amazing um, pictures and information in this book. And it's written by Roger Moore, kind of more from like his perspective. of the Bond movies and the Bond movies that he was in, the gadgets, the cars, how he feels about modern Bond. There was a Moonraker. So, I mean, some pretty amazing bits of information in here from Roger Moore's perspective. And you get to the back, and you got movie posters. This is my favorite thing. Oh, like a bunch of the movie posters are all in here. So it's. I thought that was a nice touch to give you the collection of movie posters. Now, I think the reason I got such a good deal on this book was, there's a little bit of water damage on some of these last pages, a little bit, but it was worth it to me just to get the book. That's I mean, not only was it a good price for me, it's just a great book to have. So I was really excited to have found this book. So Bond on Bond. And I'm going to read to you just a little bit. There's one little piece here I wanted to read to you that I found was pretty funny. Showing Roger Moore's humor in it. What does he see right here? So he says, we've seen 6 incarnations of Jim Bond. He calls him Jim Bond, whose name his creator Ian Fleming borrowed from the author of a book entitled Birds of the West Indies. In the official Eon-produced series of films, Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, and, oh yes, me. It's been suggested that over half the world's population has seen at least one of the films in what has become the world's longest-running movie franchise. So then, let's see, what does he say? There's something in here that he says that I thought was really pretty funny. Let me see here. I just gotta find it. He was kind of calling somewhat of attention to himself. Oh, I'm gonna find it when I don't need it anymore. Let's see, what does he say? Let's see. Can it really be 40 years ago? Back then I could leap out of a chair without fear of my knees cracking, could chew on a toffee without fear of losing a filling, or worse, still a tooth. Could admire my long flowing locks of hair, and as I swooned in front of the mirror, proudly admiring my bronzed, slim torso. Ah, yes, with a flex of my toned muscles and a twitch of the old eyebrow, I set pulses racing across the world, they say. These days it's my pacemaker that keeps my pulse racing, and as for my other above-mentioned attributes, well, I still have my memories. And then he goes on to say, he says, I've attempted to fill up the spaces between some lovely photos with interesting words, thoughts, and memories. What I can't remember, I'll just have to make up. So that's great. So, Roger Moore may not have been my favorite Bond as far as the Bond movies, but I really thought that as a person, Roger Moore, I thought he was a pretty cool guy. Seemed very laid back. So that's fun to have. Okay, now while I was at the store and I found that, because that's what I went back for, remember? So I go back, I'm looking for that, and I'm just like, yes, there it is. Well, I found another book. And while I found this other book, I'm just like, oh, no way. I can't believe this is here. And it also was a good deal, and it's in pristine order. My son finds 2 books as well. He's just like, hey, Dad, isn't this something like you'd be looking for? I'm just like, yeah, it sure is. So these are the 2 books that that he found right here. So, License to Kill and Goldeneye from John Gardner. So let's see. This is John Gardner, and License to Kill was based on the film starring Timothy Dalton, and then Goldeneye was based on the script of the film. So here's the books for Goldeneye and License to Kill um, by John Gardner. And I know John Gardner has other Bond books out there, even, like some original ones as well. Let's see, I think they list them. Some in here. Licensed, Renewed. I think that might be another one. Nobody Lives Forever. Yep. No Deals, Mr. Bond. Win, Lose, or Die. Death is Forever. Never Send Flowers. So there's other Bond books that he's written. So I will be interested to read these because I've been wanting to read the books. So this is nice to have in the collection. So it's not over. I've got one more. That I found, and it might be the one that I am the most excited about because, well, let's face it, most of us are stimulated visually. We learn more visually. We're brought in by visual aids. And, well, that's what this book is all about. James Bond, The Secret World of 007. And this book is all about the visuals. All about the visuals. It's big, you can see. I mean, this is a big book. There's my hand. I got a pretty good sized hand. And so it just barely covers a corner. But this is a big book. I would say it's probably a good 15, 16 inches in length and another 14 in width. So there's the inside. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. Let's look at some of the pictures here. There's Brosnan. I mean, and it's, sorry, I keep hitting the mic. It is about, I mean, so to have all the photos captured for the different outfits, the different gadgets, and the different characters in here. And then what's really, really cool is there's diagrams. You get into diagrams of like the different layers of the enemies. And so what do we have here? Live and Let Die. Right here, there's the final scene where Bond and Domino, right there, they're getting lowered down to where the sharks were. And then here's where he rescues Domino from when she when they were doing that whole voodoo thing up there up front. Okay, here's the Lotus. Look at this. Here's the diagrams. Get diagrams of the Lotus. Right. Here's the Atlantis, the water station. Yeah, so, and it breaks it down into, okay, these were all the different areas that Bond visited in there, where they were. Let's see what else we have here. For Your Eyes Only. There's some information from there. Just the miniature deck from Octopussy. Let's see what else. Aston Martin. From The Living Daylights. Yeah, look at that. That's the information on there. Here's more. Let's see if we can get to more of the lair photos. GoldenEye. Okay, this is one that I was really excited about. I was like, okay, so GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye, especially the opener. The opener to GoldenEye was really cool, right? So here's the whole room where in the very beginning. So here's Bond sneaking in to the base that was in that dam, and so here he is going through the process, sneaking in, and everything. And then here's the whole room. Here's a diagram of the whole room um, that shows how Bond gets out. He's behind this cart over here, or right here. So he's behind the cart, wheels his way over to the conveyor belt. Turns out, meanwhile, all the soldiers are right here, of course, pointing their rifles, just trying to get a clear shot. Let's see, what other layers? What other layers do we have? Okay, that's not a layer, but that's more information. Okay. Well, that's not enough. Let's see. It's hard to flip the pages like this because they're big. I'm telling you, these pages are huge, and just all the information on here is amazing stuff. Oh, there's the BMW. Information on that. There we go. So for the world is not enough. More the layer at the end, the tower. Let's see. I know there was more. There was more that kind of jumped out to me too. Let's see. I'll get to the end. I might have already passed them all. Yeah, because they're towards the back of the book now. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. There's a beautiful kill. Golden Gate Bridge. There's Zorin. So just stats, little bits of information on the Living Daylights. So pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I was so excited to find this book. Now back around '89, I think it was. I think there was another copy of a book very similar to this, but I think back in '89, I think it had only gone up to License to Kill, and that's what this. The Secret World of 007. There was a book like this, but it had only gone up to like License to Kill, and I used to check that out of the library when I was younger, and I would check it out over and over and over again. I would put paper up against the different pictures and trace it. I would like trace the car and draw it out, and I would be able to have all those drawings myself, because you had to turn the book back in eventually to the library. I couldn't keep it, but I wanted to keep the visuals. So there we go. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 awesome books found yesterday. Actually, I got to say, this was 49 cents. I forgot. It was like half off. Even so, it wasn't even 99 cents. It was like 49 or 48 cents or something like that. It was literally half off. And I got some other books too that weren't Bond books, but I'm going to save that for another time, because I'll give you a little heads up. I am into more things than just James Bond, but we'll save those for some other videos. I'll show you some of my other interests later. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed what I shared with you. I hope you're doing well. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.